Hi, this is Jake Reichbart. I've been a working guitarist and doing a lot of solo guitar work for many years now. I've also been uploading videos to YouTube for just about a year, and it's been a great experience for a few reasons. Number one, it really forced me to clean up my performances. Looking back at those first videos I uploaded has really forced me to focus more on practicing and doing a better job. The other thing that happened was I've been getting a lot of requests for tablatures, tabs for songs. Which is cool because it tells me that people seem to like my arrangements. But tablatures are very difficult to write out, take a long time, and what's more, they don't really tell the whole story of the arrangement. So that gave me an idea to produce individual DVDs for whatever song I'm requested, which would be a whole lot more fun for the viewer. And these DVDs could be an hour long, an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever it takes to get the song covered. In these DVDs, I would show every chord, every move very slowly and in close-up, so you can see exactly what I'm doing. And the other idea was that once that first person ordered a brand new DVD of a song of which I did not have a DVD before, this DVD would go into kind of a library of DVDs that are already made, and then additional people will be able to order this DVD for a fraction of the original cost. So though I actually have already, at this time, produced 7 or 8 such DVDs, and people have ordered them sight unseen, I'd like to thank those people who just basically took my word for it, that these are cool DVDs. But at the same time, a lot of people have been saying that they would be interested in ordering if they could just see a sample. It's quite a reasonable request. So for the rest of this video, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you some short segments from three different DVDs that I have. In the first excerpt, you'll see I'll be discussing some right hand and rhythm issues. And in the remaining 2, the camera will zoom into the fingerboard and I'll be discussing specific fingerings. So you can see how my style of teaching and how I describe the arrangement on the fretboard. So you can get an impression for what the rest of the disc is going to look like. Now, I don't know if this particular video is going to be in high quality. You never know with YouTube, I guess. But the DVDs themselves are very sharp, well lit, excellent sound and audio. Audio and video. And, well, that's about it. If you need more information, please send me a message through the channel. And enjoy the rest of this video. The final point I want to make before I, as I mentioned, zoom in and show you the chords, is talk about rhythm. And the reason is that since I will be breaking this tune down for you very, very slowly, the element that will be lacking is, of course, the rhythm. And it's important to mention what I do rhythmically with this song to give it the feel of the original song. The song is in 12/8 or 6/8 as you might want to count it. And what I try to do is give that what I'm doing here is, generally speaking, not always very precisely so, play a bass note, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The 8th notes, I arpeggiate with my fingers to give that feel of movement. So that gives it the feel, the song is moving. And finally, the most important thing, or maybe not the most important thing, but the thing that ties it all together is the backbeat. And I'd like to explain that a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It is on the second group of 3 notes there is a downbeat. And that is achieved by clicking the fingernails down on the string, not muting them, but whatever shape you happen to be playing, you can mute it by clicking on the strings and closing the note and not letting it ring. But if the note happen to be sustained, they need to be sustained because that's how the song goes, then you can click, but still let them ring. So what I'm doing is, but with a backbeat. You can hear the difference, I'm sure, between that and so it would be worth your while to practice that aspect for a little while before you jump into the tune itself. The very first chord is a slightly awkward position. My chords usually are not very difficult to play in terms of stretch or for any other reason, but some of these may not be familiar to you, so you might have to practice a little bit to get them down. The notes in question that will be included in the very first chord are the F sharp, the B, and the E, and I play those with a little kind of a mini bar that I play with my fourth finger, with my pinky, laying it flat across those three notes. And with my first finger, I get the remaining two notes in the chord, which are the F sharp and the B on top here, on the 7th fret. This next chord is the same chord as before. Well, it's not the same chord. What I meant to say is that a big portion of this chord, the upper 4 notes of the chord, all slide down 1 fret while maintaining the bass note. So the new position will be played like this. The pinky will hold down the F sharp on the 5th string, 9th fret. Then I have with my second finger, I'm playing the B flat, an E flat with my third finger on 4th and 3rd string respectively on the 8th fret, and my first finger will now get the F and the B flat on the 2nd and 1st strings on the 6th fret. Rhythm. As mentioned, the tune is in the key of G. We're starting on the D7, although you could start on the A minor 7. So I simply play bass notes at the appropriate moments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And that 1 was the beginning of the tune, and this is the 1 bar before the tune starts. So I don't hardly even play any chords, and that's part of my quote-unquote secret. I play a lot of melodies with just a bass note, and it gives an illusion of more happening than there really is. Another quote-unquote secret is that not every single moment of my performance I play a chord underneath the melody note. You don't have to do that all the time to keep the thing flowing, although I could. You could do more, but I'm a lazy player pretty much, so you can do the same movement at a different spot. I happen to do it right here. You just simply have to find the melody notes, and you can do it with one finger, or different fingers. See right there, I let go of the D note. It doesn't concern me too much. If it did, I probably wouldn't let it go, but okay, when I get here, that's your melody note harmonized with G. There's lots of G chords that you can play. This one right here is a simple triad: G, D, and B. Play a major 7, which is the same shape as I just played, but you also have an F sharp in there. That's a drop 2 shape.